Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that you learn how to effectively put together an estate plan by seeing other people's failures. Mm-hmm. And no other people's failures is sort of more visible than some of the celebrities that we've heard about. And you have some really interesting stories that have come to light as a result of very well-known individuals that have either attempted at putting together an estate plan and have failed, or essentially did nothing.
Absolutely, and these span the ages of when popular culture going back to the 60s and all the way through to
They got
current.
Marilyn Monroe in here. You've got Jim Morrison. I mean, this all the way up to present.
Absolutely. And in these examples, particularly with the few that you just mentioned, they left assets to someone they were very close to or trusted, and that person then died shortly thereafter. So the money bounced to parties that were unknown to them. So here you had Marilyn Monroe leaving a large chunk of her estate to her acting coach. Her acting coach then died, and the money went then to his third wife, and who she never met.
Wow!
And this woman was still dealing in her estate well into the 80s, and even actually more recently, because I think her gown that she wore to JFK's inaugural was more recently auctioned off. So she was inheriting that money all the way through to today. So that was.
But there was so there's a message there, right? So obviously it's a interesting story. We're talking about millions and millions of dollars worth of gowns and sort of memorabilia that were sold in this course, but what's the message there? She could have prevented this from happening. I mean, and we could have still met her wishes, which is essentially allowing her acting coach to be managing her affairs after her death. But there could have been safeguards built into this, right?
Absolutely. And usually that involves some level of trust planning and also really thinking about different contingencies. I mean, I've seen this in my own practice where you have people treating people as though they're their children. In a second marriage, and they leave property to their stepchildren, and then because of the order of deaths, it ends up with their spouse's ex-spouse. So I mean, this property, just like it did here, can really bounce all over the place unless you think about it and have some controls on it.